Director ICCBS, Professor Dr. Raza, to kindly accompany all the dignitaries to the stage. I request my dear teacher, Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhary, Ms. Nadra Pajani Saiba, Mr. Jamshed Alam Mehman, VC Saab is not here right now, Professor Dr. Nazli Hussain, and Dr. Sabafat. We'll begin the ceremony with the auspicious name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For recitation from Holy Quran, I invite our student, Qari Uzair Ahmed.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Honorable Chief Guests, dignitaries, officials from Government of Sindh, international participants, respected guests, faculty members, journalists, and very dear students, Assalamu alaikum, good morning. My name is Hina Siddiqui, and it's my pleasure to formally welcome you all in the inaugural ceremony of COMSTECH PCMD International Training Course in Virology and Pandemic Preparedness, which is jointly organized by the Ministerial Standing Committee on Scientific and Technological Cooperation of OIC, which is OIC COMSTECH, and Dr. Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research, PCMD, International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, University of Karachi. Ladies and gentlemen, this intensive 6-week program is designed to provide hands-on training and practical knowledge in the field of virology, including epidemiology of viral diseases, biorisk assessment, development of diagnostics and therapeutics against viral outbreaks, dealing with viral infections, and real-time data collection and preparation for the future outbreak, God forbid. The participants from across OIC member states have applied to participate in this course, and only 21 participants have been selected for this hands-on training. This includes participants from Afghanistan, Benin, Senegal, Uganda, Somalia, Cameroon, Egypt, Sudan, Iran, Ethiopia, Mauritania, Guinea, and of course, Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite my dear colleague, Professor Dr. Mohammad Raza Shah, the Director, ICCBS, for his welcome address.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Nazli Hussain, Madam Nadra Panjwani, Chairperson, Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust, our respected teacher, Professor Dr. Iqbal Chaudhary, and Health Dr. Aslam Saab, and Special Secretary Health, Dr. Sabah, my junior colleague, Professor Veena, a respected teacher, and ladies and gentlemen, foreigners, delegates, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning. Well, again, we are holding another very important event, and that is related to virology, and to prepare ourselves for the future pandemic. Well, the world have witnessed recently, in the recent past, a pandemic of highest magnitude of its history. And during that pandemic, what the world realized that the world were not prepared for that. There were a shortage of nearly everything. From the hospitals were fully occupied. Even in the most developed countries, the patients were in the corridors of the hospitals. Similarly, the supplies were not sufficient. The medical supplies were not sufficient to tackle this pandemic. In addition to this, the health workers were not enough trained. They were not trained to just cope with this pandemic of such a magnitude. Our diagnostic system were not in place at that time. We were not, especially in the developing world. If we take example of Pakistan, we were not able to, at that time, there were no capacity to just diagnose and detect the variants. And so these were the challenges which we faced. And we learned a lot of lessons from the pandemic. The first lesson is that no one is safe until everyone is safe. We cannot live in isolation. We cannot just disregard ourselves from our neighbors. So that is like whatever is happening in our neighbors in this world, it is our equal responsibility, and we should be equally responsible to just take care of this. So the world cannot just ignore what is happening around in other countries. That is what we have learned. This world become a global village, and that what were shown by this pandemic. A disease which started from a single man, it covered nearly all, it invaded all continent of the world. So that shows that if anything happening anywhere in the world, it would have an impact other part of the world. And that is what we learn from this. So then it is our collective responsibility as a global citizen. This world become a global citizen. And this is our collective responsibility being a citizen of this earth, that we should just take care of all the diseases, and we should just work together to tackle the future pandemic. We should prepare ourselves because we have learned lessons from it. At the same time, a number of opportunities were created during the last pandemic. Like we realized the importance of working together, collaboration, because one country cannot tackle the pandemics. It is the global responsibilities of all the nations. So they realize that we have to collaborate. It's not that I will vaccinate all my citizen and my citizen will still be protected, but it is the responsibility of every country that we will have to protect everyone on this earth. And in the history of the medical sciences, a rapid development in the vaccine took place. That is something which we have never witnessed. That with such a speed, the history have never shown us that we can just prepare a vaccine in such a short period of time. So that is what also just that is some of the bright sides which we have seen from this pandemic. And in Pakistan, Alhamdulillah, when the pandemic was there, we had nothing to start, but in weeks' time, we had the diagnostic system available. Our institution, this institution, contributed in that arena too. We were able to just detect the strains which were coming to Pakistan. We were able to develop the data. We were able to just conduct clinical trials and so on. So these were were our national responsibilities. So this great institution were very much involved to fulfill its national responsibility. When the people were sitting at homes, we were working in the labs. We were conducting clinical trial on the in the COVID-19 patient wards, where we recruited patients and we were conducting clinical trials on them. When most of the people were confined to home, we were conducting clinical trials on the Sinopharm vaccine. We conducted phase 1 clinical trial of the Sinopharm vaccine here. All the positive samples were coming to our institute from all over Sindh province, and we were working day and night. We converted our virology center to a diagnostic laboratory for the detection of the COVID-19 samples. So this was the time when we had to show our strength, we had to show our resilience, we had to show our commitment, and at that time, especially with the support of Professor Iqbal Chaudhry and also Professor Ataur Rahman, they were very involved. I was mainly involved in the clinical trials setup, but we were working all of our institute were working very hard to just meet those requirements. So for those foreigners, let me just share a few just information about this institution. This institution was established in a single room. And now, Alhamdulillah, we are having 17 research buildings. More than 500 PhD students are working in different laboratories in the cutting edge area of research. And Professor Salimuzzaman Siddiqui Saab, he was a person who worked day and night, and a true scientist. And then the touch or hand over to Professor Ataur Rahman. And Professor Ataur Rahman and Professor Iqbal Chaudhry, they were working as a unit and developed this center to the level. And of course, the contribution and the support of our donors, Latif Ibrahim Jamal Foundation and Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust, Madam Nadra Panjwani is sitting with us. Without their support, this institution would not have been in the current place. They contributed to the development of this organization to a great extent. And they not only contributed, but they also protected this center in many ways. And their contribution would be remembered in the history of this organization. Madam, this is the- uh, this is your baby, and they just took care of this organization as their baby, and they under any harsh conditions they were there like parents. The parents who protect their babies. So this is actually what we this institution all about. This is different from many other institution in the ways that we received a trust from our donors, we received trust from the philanthropist, and they trust us. They know that whatever they are contributing, their contribution will be pays up because these peoples are very sincere to the development of the nation, to just improve the lives of the people who are living here, and that's the reason that and we as a student of researcher are researchers, we are more confined to the laboratories and the academics, but you know that in order to run such a great institution of that magnitude, you need support of everyone, especially our Sindh government, the health department, and the Madam Minister, Dr. Azra. She is also extremely supportive, and that's the reason that when the shortage and funding occur from the federal government and the ETC, then a candle was lightened up by the health ministry, and they supported this institution, and because the Sindh government also knows the importance of education, especially the chief minister Sahab. He is also a visionary person. So they know the support, how to support the organization, because this is a center which they always proud. Health Minister Sahib is busy, otherwise she could have attended this meeting, but her best wishes and support is always there. Aziz Jamal Bhai is traveling abroad, but his best wishes and support and commitment to the development of this center is there. Professor Ataman Sahib is also busy somewhere. The Vice Chancellor Sahib, I received just message that he is also engaged in some emergencies duties. But the support of all the stakeholders are there, and that's the reason that everyone in this organization is working for the development of this great institution. This is the only center in the OIC country which were declared as a center of excellence. This is the only center in the Islamic world which have received Best Research Institute Award twice. This research institute is a UNESCO Category 2 center, which is quite rare to be in this part of the world. We are having a UNESCO chair in our institute. This is a WHO collaborating center. So this center is having many national and international recognition, and that make it distinctive. And whenever we were asked to deliver anything or any service to the nation, we were there always. Madam, just recently we conducted a workshop where we engage the paramilitary and military forces, and we trained them here. Also, that was also an exercise to prepare for the pandemic and any national catastrophe, God forbid. So we are always engaged to just conduct training, because this is our core responsibility to produce top quality graduate, to conduct training, to impart knowledge to the people, even who we just also carry out such kind of training to sensitize our judiciary. We conducted a number of training for the judiciary, for the judges, for the army, for the navy, for the air force, for the medico-legal teams, and recently we were engaged to just our forensic laboratory were engaged to solve many problem of national needs and national security. And you have witnessed that the PIA crash where the dead bodies were identified in 48 hours by our institute. Many cases like Mustafa Amir case and many other cases which were highlighted in the media that were solved by our organization. The conviction rate which were there before the establishment of our forensic laboratory, it was 3%. But now, Alhamdulillah, with the establishment of our forensic laboratories and the contribution of our colleague, especially I would name Dr. Ishtiaq. So he is working very hard to just make that happen. So the conviction rate became 16%. And we are now developing the DNA profile of the missing person, and we have already developed of the unrecognized bodies, which we do not, and we have now the data of them. We are also now developing a data of the, our planning is that we should develop a DNA profile of the criminal which are there in our system by just taking into the law and regulation of the country. Under the law and regulations, we want to just develop this country safe, our city safe. And with this, let me also thank the organizer, especially Dr. Sabah and Dr. Hana, who work extremely hard to just put together such a nice program. And this is like a 45 days program, and I'm sure that the participant who came from all over the world, especially from the OIC countries, they would learn from the wonderful lectures. Yesterday, I just attended briefly one of the session, but this wonderful training program which they have put together would certainly yield the results. And I'm extremely happy to see that I put just the responsibility on them that now you have to do it. And they just and I asked them that you will not have to let me down. So they work very hard. I really appreciate their commitment, support. They work very hard, and you know that organization of such a magnitude is not easy. I'm on their back, but they are on the front. They are new. They are doing their best. But I didn't involve other people. But I just say you have to do that, and they prove it that they can do it. So I'm extremely happy to see that if you have workers like this, so you can organize, and we organize a conference on nanotechnology. The nanotechnology team were there, and that was the only nanotechnology team that did. So if you have co-worker of such a commitment, I bet that we can organize a meeting of UN General Assembly with this team. So they are Jim. They work very hard, and just with very little input from my side, they are performing their duties very well. With this, let me thank you all for listening me. Thank you so much. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always my great honor to invite my very dear teacher, my inspiration, His Excellency Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Coordinator General OIC COMSTECH, Advisor iccbs. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chief guest, Professor Dr. Nasli Hussain, thank you very much for coming and joining us. He's the Vice Chancellor of Law University of Health Sciences. Mahtarman Nadra Panwani Sahiba, our very valued sponsor of this institution, has Professor Raza mentioned, they are the strongest support we have for this wonderful institution, which we have developed over the years. Vice Chancellor is not here. Professor Dr. Jamshed Alam Memon, Special Secretary, Department of Health, representing Honorable Minister of Health and Population Welfare. Thank you for coming. My dear colleague, Professor Dr. Mohammad Raza Shah, Director iccbs. Then we have representatives from many, many institutions. Professor Dr. Akram Sultan is with us, representing IDRO. Muzna Sahiba is here, DP, Karachi Council for Foreign Relations. Professor Dr. Imtiaz Bashir, representing Zainab Memorial Hospital, myself representing Panjwani Hisar Water Institute. So there are many institutions and many, many babies, which were all nurtured and strengthened by one person, Nazar Panjwani said. Dear students, faculty members, my salam and good morning to all of you. This is with great pleasure that I welcome the Chief Guest and all of you to the inauguration of this 6-week intensive certificate course on pandemic preparedness, jointly organized by OIC COMSTECH and Dr. Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research. The National Institute of Virology, which is an extremely important example of the institutional vision. Think of an institution envisaged in 2018 when nobody was ever thought of a pandemic, We at that time were busy in building an institution par excellence with Wuhan Institute of Virology. And that has worked, When it came to the pandemic in 2020 beginning, then that facility was turned into the largest COVID-19 testing facility. And that was not without a background, let me tell you, that we received a telephone call from Matrama Nada Panjwani Sahiba, and she said, "What are you doing? This is an extremely important occasion in which you have to rise and that you have to serve the nation." And that institution was converted in one of the finest and one of the largest COVID-19 testing facility with over 0.5 million PCR tests being conducted in the next 2 years. Thank you very much for supporting that. And everybody was busy, as Professor Raza is mentioning, that there were many, many centers which were established well before the actual need arose, and that represent why it is important to have institutional strengthening. For instance, a purpose-built building or bioequivalence center established in 2016 was promptly deployed to conduct phase 1 clinical trial on Sinopharm vaccine, and Raza led that along with many COVID-19 medicine. Our Industrial Analytical Center, which was established in 2003, was assigned to check the quality of all COVID-19 related supplies, where Genome Center, Dr. Ishtiaq is somewhere around, was engaged in variant detection. The institutional vision and tremendous support from our sponsors, along with Government of Sindh, we received support from the Chief Minister and Honorable dear sister, Minister Dr. Azra, who motivated all of us and our young volunteers to perform beyond the call of the duty in national service. And Dr. Atia, Sabah, Hana, the whole team of them, who actually worked tirelessly for years and years. They were working on a very important aspect of national surveillance on disease progression. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 pandemic, along with Ebola and Zika epidemics, have underscored how critical it is for every country to build virology indigenous capacity. biosurveillance mechanism, and R&D for the diagnostics, treatment, and prevention. OIC COMSTECH, which is a ministerial standing committee for science and technology cooperation in 57 countries, is a premier institution of OIC system. The organization is mandated to promote science, technology, higher education, climate, and health in this vast land. We start from Papua all the way to Suriname in South America. By virtue of its strong footprint and network in 57 member states in 4 continents, COMSTECH was made responsible to coordinate OIC's pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response program. So we are responsible in this very large region. OIC's 2 billion population face major health vulnerabilities due to limited human and institutional capacities, lack of diagnostic facilities, and unequal access to countermeasures, including vaccines. And challenges in rapid data exchange has made the situation even worse. The series of training courses which you are attending is not the first one. In fact, there are many courses of this nature organized in many countries of the world, including Indonesia and Iran, with the support of these member states. And over 50 young scholars were extensively trained on disease and pandemic preparedness. This is with the objective of strengthening national readiness for future pandemics. We at COMSTECH are committed to build an STI ecosystem where OIC member states can pool expertise and share their expertise and institutional strength in fields such as health biotechnology, molecular diagnostics, and disease surveillance, with the aim to empower national healthcare capabilities. Apart from massive STI and climate, as well as agriculture program, health is COMSTECH's core priority. Our programs in this sector include promoting R&D in health and life sciences, particularly in virology, immunology, and molecular medicine, building human institutional capacity through health camps, postgraduate training of doctors, training courses, medical technology, research fellowships, COMSTECH expert services, and technology transfer initiative through healthcare exhibition. Advancing vaccine diagnostic and therapeutics through inter-Islamic cooperation in biomanufacturing and drug diagnostic development. COMSTECH plays an important role in OIC's vaccines core group, which include 17 manufacturing industries. Along with this, we also have a number of other programs, including COMSTECH Health Innovation Program, which include artificial intelligence in health and space medicine with the People's Republic of China. Over the last 6 years, OIC COMSTECH has implemented 50 major programs in healthcare sector across 32 OIC member states and observer countries. Our aim is to reduce health inequities and enhance access to scientific tool and know-how across the OIC member states. Current course at the National Institute of Virology builds directly on this foundation, strengthening laboratory and research capacity to detect, diagnose, and respond to viral threats rapidly. I'm pleased that in current course, participants from Benin, can you identify yourself? Okay. Senegal, Uganda, Ethiopia, Mauritania. Oh, where are those? Guinea, Conakry, Somalia, Syria, Afghanistan, Sudan, Egypt, and Pakistan will be trained by a distinguished panel of experts and trainers from Germany, China, Iran, and Pakistan. I encourage all participants to make the most of this opportunity Let this training serve as a platform for knowledge exchange and partnership among young scientists across the OIC region. I once again thank you all, particularly my dear colleague, Dr. Raza Shah, and staff of our institution, resource persons and participants for their active engagement. Together, let us strengthen the scientific capacity of Islamic world for a health, secure, and resilient future. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank Honorable Chief Guest and all of you for your presence here this morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's again a great pleasure and honor for me to invite Ms. Nadra Pajwani Saiba, Chairperson Dr. Pajwani Memorial Trust and founder Dr. Pajwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research for her address.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dr. Nazli Hussain Sahaba, Vice Chancellor, Dar University of Health Sciences, Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry Saab, Coordinator General COMSTECH, respected panel, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you, especially our COMSTECH guests who have come to Pakistan to participate in this international training course on virology and pandemic preparedness at the Virology Institute of the Dr. Pajwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research. Virology, as you know, is a branch of microbiology that investigates viruses. Although viruses are not considered living organisms by most biologists, once they enter a living organism, they do replicate and can have profound impact on health, ecosystems, and economies. Viruses range from the benign variety to the deadly version, and some are even capable of triggering global emergencies. Historical examples of when viruses have gone global are the Black Death of the 14th century, which decimated Europe's population, the Spanish flu of 1918, which infected 1/3 of the global population, HIV/AIDS, which came to public attention in the 1980s, and COVID-19, something in recent past that took away millions of lives worldwide. Virologists study viral structure, replication, mutation, and transmission. This knowledge is crucial for developing vaccines, antiviral therapies, and diagnostic tools, all essential components of outbreak response. When the coronavirus emerged towards the end of 2019, the world was unprepared for the scale of devastation it would bring. Within months, it spread globally, overwhelming healthcare systems, causing widespread mortality and creating massive panic and distress. Responding to this crisis, scientists, governments, and pharmaceutical companies launched an unprecedented effort to develop a vaccine. The race to develop COVID-19 vaccine mobilized the largest ever coalition of public and private entities in modern science. Governments provided billions in funding, trials involved hundreds of thousands of volunteers, and a challenge which would have normally taken years to reach fruition happened in months. By the beginning of 2021, vaccines began rolling out worldwide. Billions of doses were administered globally, and consequently, mortality was reduced, healthcare burden eased, economies were revived, and the rhythm of life was restored. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the triumph and resilience of science and the power of collaboration which saved millions of lives. Preparedness is crucial whenever a pandemic hits because it enables governments, healthcare systems, and communities to respond effectively to emerging threats before they get out of control. Early detection and surveillance, robust healthcare infrastructure, strong vaccine development platforms and research pipelines, effective and trusted public communication, and international collaboration are the cornerstones of preparedness. Dr. Iqbal Saab and Dr. Raza have already mentioned the role of iccbs with regards to our country during the COVID crisis. I would also like to tell you that I take great pride in telling especially our COMSTECH guests that in 2019, when the COVID crisis struck, the National Institute of Virology at the Dr. Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine had just begun functioning. It had been established under the leadership of the then director of the center, Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry, and with hindsight, it seems to me that it must have been divine provision that made this happen, because soon after its inaugural, this state-of-the-art virology center turned into the country's largest COVID-19 testing facility. The researchers, the scientists, and the personnel of this center were on duty round the clock, 24/7, processing more than 500,000 COVID tests and tracking over 2,000 variants of this deadly virus. Our center also supported other national healthcare facilities by lending them equipment and the required know-how. I must acknowledge the solid support of the government of Sindh in this crisis. They partnered with us in handling this monumental national responsibility. It is now 6 years since the establishment of our Virology Institute, and the facility has already organized many high-impact scientific events, published on 500 viral genomes in the National Center for Biotechnology Information of the United States, and conducted courses on many facets of infectious diseases and capacity building measures for handling their fallout. With our world more interconnected than ever before, pandemic readiness has become a critical pillar of global health security, as pandemics do not respect borders. And here, preparedness is the difference between chaos and control. It requires international collaboration, sharing of data, sharing of expertise, sharing of resources, so that no country is left behind, especially low-income countries with no access to vaccines or expensive diagnostics. In times of crisis, generosity must transcend borders, and the strength of a nation must be judged not by what they possess, but by what they give. This COMSTECH PCMD international training course in virology and pandemic preparedness, with participants from numerous OIC countries, is the kind of initiative we need to replicate frequently for strengthening our collective capacity to respond to the threats coming our way. I would like to thank Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry for being such an active proponent of science and technology in all its dimensions. In his capacity as the Coordinator General of COMSTECH, he is constantly developing scientific and educational partnerships across the globe, bringing together diverse institutions and cultures, because science is a tapestry woven from many threads, and collaboration is the loom that binds them into discovery for the greater good of humankind. Director ICCBS, Dr. Raza Shah, and his team of young scientists, Dr. Sabah Farooq, Dr. Hana Iqbal, and others, deserve our warm appreciation for their efforts to promote the culture of research and collaboration at ICCBS, and for their commitment to the pursuit of learning and discovery. Dr. Nazli Hussain Saiba, we are grateful to you for accepting our invitation. As you can see, we have many female students and faculty at ICCBS, and having you, the first lady doctor, to reach the top leadership position at the Dow University of Health Sciences, which is a premier medical university of Pakistan, is certainly most inspiring for all of us. To our dear guests and trainees who are from different parts of the world, I would like to say that we are truly happy and proud to have you with us. As you embark on this international learning experience, may Karachi offer you not only wisdom and insight, but also warmth, laughter, and lifelong connections. Thank you very much.
So it is almost snowing at this stage, so we are turning it a bit low. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm very pleased to invite Mr. Jamshed Alam Memon, Special Secretary, Health Department, Government of Sindh, for his address.
Assalamu alaikum. Madam Chief Guest, Vice Chancellor, Dow University, and Dr. Iqbal Chaudhry, and Dr. Raza, dear foreign participants, and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Today, Madam Minister had to come, but she had the prior commitments, so she had to proceeded there and nominated me to represent Sindh government. I welcome all the foreign participants who have come, and I feel it will add, this training will add to your experience, and you would be able to learn. Basically, I remember when COVID started, things changed. In Karachi, I remember like in the first week when it started, the roads were deserted, and people were not going to the burial ceremonies of their close relatives. And like no one was understanding how to face that. And gradually things started improving. People knew like what happened in Italy, what happened in India. Like there were very scenes were horrible scenes. And well, this aspect has got importance like over time. And like this institute and has done great job. Sindh government has been, particularly Chief Minister Sindh, has been proactive, and Madam Minister, she is also doctor, so she is also proactive in helping such initiatives, and Sindh government has been will be very like forward to help such initiatives. I won't take more time, and I welcome all the participants and wish you to have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jamshed Saab. And I think I forgot to thank Madam. Thank you so much, Madam, for your address. VC Saab is not here. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm very pleased to invite our chief guest, Professor Dr. Nazli Hussain Saiba, VC, Dow University of Health Sciences, for the inaugural address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Madam Nazra Panjwani, Professor Iqbal Chaudhry, Dr. Raza Shah, all the national and international faculty, my teachers. It's a pleasure to be here. All of the honorable members were prepared to deliver their speech. Allow me to be a little extempore because it's not that I am not aware of what ICCBS has been doing. Let me introduce myself first. I may be the first lady vice chancellor of Dow University, but at the other end, I am a gynecologist. I am a clinician who had served all her life in a public sector hospital, which is Civil Hospital, Karachi. So how come I knew about ICCBS? I am also a member of the National Bioethics Committee of Research at Health Research Institute. So Dr. Raza Shah and Madam Nazra Panjwani truly said that they were working day and night. They were working day and night here, and I was working day and night in the clinics. And when we used to find time, we were analyzing the proposals submitted by Dr. Raza Shah for ethical clearance. So this was how I contributed towards COVID. In fact, we were the first one at the Dow University who took the first patient of COVID-19. The lady was pregnant and was operated upon at the Dow University Hospital by my colleague, Professor Dr. Jahara, and then because people were shooing away the patients who were coming for COVID-19, The hospitals were closing their doors upon them, and it was only these steps which encouraged people to take pregnant women who were diagnosed with COVID-19. COVID-19, we all call that nowadays the world has become a global village. So for those of us who were not able to understand it, COVID-19 made us understand that what is meant by global village. So all the countries work together to face this pandemic. The role of Dow University at that time, at the time of the pandemic, was that they started the largest vaccination center at the university hospital. Professor Saeed Khan is sitting here. He is the head of the provincial health laboratory, testing laboratory for all the diseases. He worked tirelessly. There were people who were working for the vaccines and other stuff. So that was the role of university in COVID-19. Health department was very effective in streamlining things, especially Madam Health Minister was very effective streamlining, working in the forefront, guiding us what to do and what not to do. It is very heartening to see the members of the OIC countries, their fellows here in this hall, that they will be trained to how to cope with this emergency. If, God forbid, this emergency arises in future from some other virus or for some other agent, how to get prepared for it. When I was sitting next to Mr. Jamshed Alam Memon, I asked him that next time when these courses are done, also include, and this will also be request from Madam Nadra Panjwani, also to include our faculty members from the universities so that we are also well geared and prepared for it. It is very heartening to know that this is also the ICCBS is also the WHO collaborating center. This is an honor not only for ICCBS, but also for the country as well, that this is a collaborating center and it has reached such heights that it has been acknowledged worldwide. As the new Vice Chancellor of Dow University of Health Sciences, I will like that in future we work together with the ICCBS, we work together with the Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine. For the August gathering, let me inform you that the university is in the process of making vaccines for the diseases which are common in our own country, so that the cost comes down, because most of the vaccines are imported from outside. We are in the process of securing the WHO collaboration in making these vaccines in the university, and I am hopeful that not only ICCBS, but the Panjwani Center will also be of, we will be collaborating with them. The forensic lab at ICCBS is also one of the other venture where I will like to extend that we are carrying out the BS programs in the forensic medicine, perhaps the only university doing it in the same province. And that will be another area where we will like to collaborate with the ICCBS. So there are a number of ways where we can work together for the benefit of humanity and for the benefit of the people of the Sindh. It was a pleasure to be here. I'm grateful to Madam Nadra Panjwani for inviting me for this session. It was really beneficial for me to be aware of what services apart from the fact that I keep on visiting the research proposals which are submitted by ICCBS, it was good to physically see and get impressed with this institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saiba, for kind address. Now, I'm very pleased to invite my dear colleague, Dr. Sabah Farooq, Assistant Professor at National Institute of Virology, PCMD, for vote of thanks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Chief Guest, our most valued sponsors of PCMD and HEJRIC, Excellency Coordinator General OIC COMSTECH, respected Director, esteemed trainers, valued participant, dedicated faculty members, distinguished guests, and dear students. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. With immense gratitude and deep appreciation, I, Dr. Sabah Farooq, on behalf of Dr. Panjwani Center for Molecular Medicine and Drug Research, ICCBS and OIC COMSTECH, take this opportunity to express our appreciation to all those who have supported, guided, and inspired us in making this important training course a reality. First and foremost, I express our deepest appreciation to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Nazmi Hussain, Vice Chancellor, Dow University of Health Sciences, for gracing this occasion for her valuable presence and inspiring words. Your encouragement has reignited our passion for this scientific hunt. We wish to convey our warm regards to our profound appreciation to Professor Dr. Azra Fazil, Provincial Minister of Sindh for Health and Population Welfare, Government of Sindh, and her incredible team, whose constant support and dedication have been truly inspiring. We express our sincere gratitude and our distinct sponsors and great mentor, Ms. Nadra Panjwani, Chairperson, Dr. Panjwani Memorial Trust, and Mr. Aziz Latif Jamal, Chairman Hussain Ibrahim Jamal Foundation, for their continued encouragement and support in promoting such scientifically enrichment events that are truly appreciated by the ICCBS community. Your support reflects your commitment to the scientific knowledge and nurture the next generation of virologists. We are also take this opportunity to extend our deep admiration to Professor Dr. Ataur Rahman, Patron-in-Chief ICCBS, for his constant support. Our appreciation to Professor Dr. Khalid Mahmood Iraqi, Vice Chancellor, University of Karachi, for his support as well. We are also grateful to my dear teacher and my dear mentor, Professor Dr. Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Coordinator General, OIC COMSTECH, for his vision and continued support in organizing such academic and research-oriented programs all over the Muslim world that support the research in Pakistan and in OIC countries. His immense guidance and patronage has been instrumental in making such events successful and impactful. We would also like to extend our profound appreciation to our respected Professor Dr. Muhammad Raza Shah, Director ICCBS, for his unwavering support, motivation, and wise guidance, which have been crucial in organizing this comprehensive training course. His valuable guidance has played an important role in launching of COMSTECH PCMD training course. A sincere gratitude to the organizing committee or our volunteers for their dedication and hard work in ensuring a smooth start of this training course. A special thanks to Ms. Khazima Mozzam from COMSTECH for her constant support and dedication. Last but not least, profound appreciation to our participants who travel from different countries and from different provinces of Pakistan to attend this capacity building event. Your enthusiastic participation reflects the spirit of unity in science and shared commitment for strengthening our collective responses to viral disease challenges. We hope your stay at ICCBS for the 6th week will be productive and comfortable. As we begin this training, may this inspire us to push the boundaries of virology research, innovation, collaboration, and preparedness for a healthier, more resilient Muslim world. Thank you all for your presence over here in this morning. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so much, Sabah. Now I request all the dignitaries to kindly come forward for flower presentation. First, I would like to request our chief guest, Professor Dr. Nazli Sen, to kindly present the flower bouquet to Ms. Actually, sir has advised me to do it. Ms. Nadar. Now, I request our chief guest to kindly present the bouquet to Mr. Jamshed Alam Memon Sahab. Now I request Madam again to kindly present the bouquet to His Excellency Professor Dr. Mohammad Iqbal Chaudhry Sahab. And I would like again request Madam to present the bouquet to our Director, Professor Dr. Mohammad Raza Shah Sahab. And I again would like to request Madam to present bouquet to our younger colleagues, Sabah Farooq. And now I request Ms. Nadra Pajwani Saiba to kindly present flower bouquet to our chief guest, Professor Dr. Ulta ho gaya? Okay. So this is other way around. हो गया सबके हो गया ना सबके हो गया ना Okay, so now I request dignitaries to kindly remain on the stage for the group photograph, and I request participants of the virology course to kindly come forward for the group photograph. Ji, so we'll have two photographs, one with the participants of the virology course and then with all the partners.
Yeah.
I think our trainers can also join. Sabah, Hana, and all the virology team. Students, please quickly. Sabah. Okay, kindly be settled quickly. Yeah, now all the other foreign participants can please join. Some of you may come up on the stage, please. Okay. Kindly wait, we have one participant here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your participation and presence. Now I request everyone to kindly proceed to the Golden Jubilee Hall